Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jakks Pacific Collector's Edition Sonic the Hedgehog figure. I don't know exactly what to call this thing, so I'm just going to call it that, so yeah. So, in case you're a veteran of this channel, which if you are, I love you, you're great, but no, if you're a veteran of this channel, you would know that back in like 2015 when I first started like making reviews, um, I made Sonic related videos. But of course, around like late 2017, early 2018, I decided to stop because, well, it just wasn't my thing anymore. I wasn't losing interest in Sonic, but just making Sonic related videos, I don't know, it just really wasn't my thing anymore. So, yeah, I stopped, and to be fair, it's one of the better decisions I made for the channel. Again, not that I don't like Sonic or anything like that. In fact, I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't like Sonic, but yeah, no, like, definitely a better choice for me, because it, helped the channel a lot, and, I don't know, I just think that was a good decision. So, the reason why I'm reviewing this figure is because as of me uploading this, today is the franchise's 30th anniversary. So it's like, I gotta do something. I gotta do something to kind of celebrate this. I know this isn't really anything like huge or anything like that, but at the same time, I still wanted to do something like, something, just to celebrate this. Because the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise is probably my favorite video game series of all time. There are others I love too. I love the Mario games. I absolutely love the Donkey Kong Country games. The Toe Jam and Earl games, even though there's not many, those games are still very fun. When I was younger, I used to like games like Pikmin and Little Big Planet, but yeah, there are a lot of, number of different video game series that I like, but Sonic the Hedgehog is probably my favorite, mainly because, like, Sonic is kind of like what started, like, or kind of like what got me into gaming as a whole. So if it wasn't for Sonic, I wouldn't be, like, into games or anything like that as I am now. So, yeah, I love the Sonic franchise. And even though, like, some of the games aren't the best, I genuinely think that there are more good Sonic games than there are bad Sonic games. And the people who say the Sonic series is bad, well, it's very clear they haven't played any, but I digress. I don't want to rant for too long about that sort of thing. So, yeah, let's just get right into this. So, first, we have some accessories we need to look at. Starting with this really cool Studiopolis base. Of course, this is based on the level from Sonic Mania, which is one of my favorite levels. Not my all-time favorite, but it's one of my favorites, and a lot of people like that stage as well. But yeah, this is a really cool base. I like it. Very colorful and very bright. And I guess what makes this thing bright is because it's made out of like that sort of like, I don't know what you'd call this, but like you move it to like side to side and like it changes. It's made out of like that material, and I think like that just makes it look really nice and very like shiny. Because like of course there are TVs here. The TVs actually look like they're on. They're not like stickers or anything like that. It actually looks like they're on, and at certain angles like they turn whiter the more you turn it, and it's just really cool. Of course there are pegs here, and what you're supposed to do, Sonic has holes underneath his feet. So you're supposed to like plug them in, but like I don't really know how. I've tried, of course. It sounds simple, but like they don't really. It's like I don't know if it's like one at a time or whatever. So it's very complicated because like the holes here are like they don't really like line up too well. So it's like I don't know if you have to like pose them in a weird way or like just 1 foot at a time. But either way, that is that. Another, Sonic has a lot of accessories here, but one of which actually has to do with his face. This is actually really cool. So Sonic has like interchangeable like face pieces, and basically what you do is you take off the muzzle first, and then you take out the eyes, like so. So there you go. In case you didn't want to sleep tonight, there you go. And basically to put the new eyes in, just put the eyes in first. Very self-explanatory, then the muzzle. And yeah, and I do like that, and we actually get a decent amount of faces, so we'll take a look at those really quickly. So first of all, we get the smirking face, which I really like. The faces, like the expressions on this figure, are actually based off of the 2018 Sonic Mania Adventures. If you haven't seen that, please watch it. In fact, it's free on YouTube. Stop watching this video right now and go watch that because it is great. But a lot of the faces here are very like expressive and like very like cartoonish, and I like that. So again, what you do, you can just take that off. So now Sonic is kind of smirking. And again, that's just really cool. I like that. You know, of course, throughout the review, I'm just going to keep Sonic with this normal face. So, yeah, but we get this grinning face, which is really nice. I like it. We get this kind of annoyed-like face or mouth piece, which I really like too. And even the eyes, you know, here's one. Like, these two just kind of, like, go hand in hand together. It's just, I think, it's great. So, basically, I'll just show this off real quick. There we go. So, basically, hold on. Yeah. So now Sonic is very annoyed at a situation, and this figure's rad. I like it. I like the faces. It's just, this is a very expressive figure, and I like that very much. So yeah, it would have been nice if there were more faces, but honestly, this is still really nice. And we also get a pair of, like, you know, with the eyes closed. But the thing is, like, it's just the pupils kind of like winking, or not winking, but just like closing. But meanwhile, here Sonic has like actual eyelids, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I know there's that big thing. Is it just like one big eye, or is it like, I don't know. Sonic's eyes are weird, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. So those are the faces. Not too many. More would have been nice, but honestly, what we get is still very nice, so I am not complaining whatsoever. And next we get some hand accessories, and, you know, to pop these on, just a ball joint. And we have this pointing finger. And, of course, Sonic can do that, you know, that, kind of do that, like, finger wag thing. I mean, the articulation on this figure isn't, like, the best, so you can't really get away with it too well, but you can try at least. So yeah, very simple. Just pop the hands off and on, and just replace them with these. So of course we got the pointing hand. We have a couple of open hands, which I think look nice. And this one is cool too. We have Sonic holding a ring, and I think the ring here is painted very nicely. It looks gold, which of course, you know, rings are supposed to be gold, but yeah, no, it looks very nice. So yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the accessories that came with this figure. Oop. I'll just move you to the side right here. Now for the figure itself. And first we'll take a look at the paint. And the painting on this figure is actually very clean. You know, there's no like paint blemishes or like paint defects or anything like that. The painting just like very like clean, very nicely applied. And I like that a lot. Of course, most of the body here is painted blue, which it's Sonic. What other color would it be? And of course, his eyes, of course, are painted white with black pupils. His ears, arms, and his big pot belly there, that's painted a tannish color, which, again, is accurate to the games, or at least, you know, the classic games for the most part. His gloves are painted white as well. And going to his shoes here, we can see they are painted red with the white stripe going down and the buckle here. And I think the buckle here is actually painted very nicely, you know, very clean, so again, I do like that a lot. So, yeah. And of course, I forgot to point this out, but the nose is painted black, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. Of course, everything looks good here. The painting is very clean, very nicely applied. There are no like paint defects or anything like that. And even with like the alternative like pieces, like with the separate eyes and whatnot, they are painted very well. And yeah, the painting on this figure is just really nice. So yeah, the painting on this figure is good, so it definitely gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure is, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little disappointing. You know, not terrible by any means, but not really great. So let's take a closer look. So the head is on a swivel, so we can look left and right. The arms can move upwards like so. And they are on a swivel, so they can move about forwards this much. and about backwards that much. There's a bend in the elbow, but it's not the best. It could be a little better, but it's fine. Of course, the wrists are on ball joints, so he can move his hand and whatnot. The legs can move backwards this much and forwards this much. No knee articulation, which I think is very lame, but honestly, it's whatever. The feet are on ball joints, and that's pretty much it for the articulation. Again, for the price of this figure, which we'll talk about later, it could be better, the articulation, but it's still not terrible. Everything, functions the way they're supposed to, so it's not the worst thing ever. So the articulation on this figure, I'd say gets 3/4 of a pass. And the articulation would have been very nice, but regardless, the articulation, it's still nice, but it could have been better. So yeah, 3/4 of a pass, I think, is fair. Now we'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure is really nice. I absolutely love this sculpt. Of course, this is classic Sonic, so this is based off of the classic, Sega Genesis games. And I gotta be honest, I like this design for Sonic a lot more than the modern design. I like the modern design a lot, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just like the classic design. It's very, I don't know, I just like it a little more than, the modern design. I don't know why, I don't know, I guess, I just like the classic games more, so I guess a little bit of bias, but, it's whatever. But, yeah, no, the sculpting on this figure is very nice. It is very Sonic, so, yeah. I don't really know what to say. Everything here is just sculpted very nicely, and, yeah, the sculpting on this figure is just very nice. So, yeah, the sculpting is good, so it definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the detailing. And the detailing on this figure, well, Sonic, stutters, I'm sorry. Sonic is a cartoon hedgehog, so of course there's not going to be a whole lot of detailing, but there's still some things here we can take a look at. Everything here does look very clean. And even the detailing on his shoes here, like the buckle, looks very nice. One thing I will say, for some reason, the quills here, the spines, whatever you want to call them, there's weird seams here, which is very noticeable. Maybe it's I know it's when they're assembling the figure, of course it's going to be there, but on this side it doesn't look terrible. You can see it more at the bottom quill here, or spine here, whatever you want to call it, but on this side it is very noticeable, and I am not a big fan of how that looks. So it would have been nice if they cleaned that up a little, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. The detailing on this figure, he's a cartoon hedgehog, so there's not going to be, detailing at all, or if there is any, not a lot, but, yeah, no, the detailing on this figure is good, so I like it. The detailing on this figure gets, we'll say it gets a pass. I know there's, none because he's a cartoon hedgehog, but we'll say it gets a pass. I know this, weird bit in the back here, but it's whatever. I can live with it, to be honest. So, the detail on this figure is good, so it gets a pass. So, at the end of the day, should you get this? This is a really nice figure. I like this thing a lot. I like the alternate faces. I like the, stand it comes with. There's just one thing that I find really disappointing, and that is the articulation. More would have been nice. It would have been great if we had, knee articulation, or if the head could, look up and down or whatever. And maybe more, posability in the, elbows, which I think would have been great. So, more articulation would have been nice, but overall, I do really like this figure, and I do highly recommend that you get it. Unfortunately, it's not really cheap. I think this figure's, retail price is, $50. I don't know if it's on Amazon or not. I did order this on Amazon, but I remember they said, it was only going to be on Amazon for, a short period of time. So, I don't know if it's going to be on Amazon or not. So, I guess check other websites. Check, Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store or websites like that if you want this figure. If you have the money, if you have $50, then definitely go for it. And if not, well, regardless, this is still a very nice figure, so definitely get it if you can. Even though it's not perfect, I still really like this thing a lot. So, yeah. Anyway, if you want to know how big this figure is, we'll bring in some other classic Sonic figures. Here we have the Tomy 2018 Ultimate Sonic figure, which, admittedly, I like a little more than this. I like the sculpting, I like the articulation, and there's just, a lot more you can do with this figure, because he comes with more accessories, but this is still a nice figure, too. And also, he has the same, weird, quill problem, too. where there's just like seams on the head, which just looks very not great. But overall, I like this figure more, but this figure right here is still very nice. So, yeah. So like that figure. Of course, here's a figure from my childhood. Probably one of like my favorite toys ever growing up. The Jazzwares 5-inch Classic Sonic. This thing was my favorite toy ever, and I absolutely loved it when I was a kid. So, yeah, there they are. All right. And of course, like how we end, all of our reviews, here is some hand sanitizer, and here is Dr. Billy Grant. Okay. Now, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week. Happy 30th anniversary to the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, Zack out.